Wade O'Connor, MakePlaysToday.com, also MakePlaysCoaching.com, here with head coach and athletic director Jeff Price from Sinclair Community College. Dual role as far as with athletic director. When you look to be able to hire people for certain positions, as far as what characteristics are important to you?
Well, I would hope that they would know what our pillars are. Our pillars are the 3 C's. You're going to be good in the classroom, and that means as good as you can possibly be in a classroom, you're going to be that good, okay? If you can get a B, we expect you to get a B, but we're challenging them in the classroom, okay? Then we're going to do community service. So far this year, we've already done 1,400 hours of community service. Okay, we've been active in the community, and it includes going to the VA, going down to the Feast of Giving with Dr. Levitt, down to Dayton Convention Center with 6,000 people from the community. Yep. Next year, the men's basketball team will actually go to Walter Reed Hospital and spend time with the vets. This year, we did a free basketball clinic on a naval base, and they put our basketball team on a nuclear sub. So, we got classroom, we got community service, and then the fun part, got competition.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be as good as we can. But so when I'm looking at someone, I'm hoping that they come in here and the first thing they can set in front of me and talk about the 3 C's, because I know right then they're going to buy into our program. Just like a player, when we've had players, we want players to buy in.
Right.
Okay. Right. Players have got to buy in. You can have the best program in the world if players don't buy in. Okay. Misery loves company. They're at the end of the bench. Right. Okay. So I'm looking for coaches that can buy in and understand what our culture is all about. Okay, and go out and sell it. Mm-hmm.
Mention some of the guys in the last 5 to 10 years that you've had go on Division I, Division II, where they are graduating, and guys obviously you're proud of on and off the floor. Oh,
you walked in through our concourse upstairs in the only arena in the nation named Building 8. Okay, we tag that all the time, and it's kind of fun because people's now started gravitating towards that. But when you walked in on the light poles, one of the first things I did as athletic director is I said, I want to celebrate our academic All-Americans. So we have flags and up on our light poles of all the academic All-Americans from the previous year. So we celebrate that. But what we also do is, we keep track of our success stories. We're very proud of all of our student athletes. But from the men's basketball side, in the last 2 years, we've graduated 10 out of 11 sophomores, which is very good for us. Okay, we've also, since 2010, we've placed 45 guys at the next level.
Wow.
And that's at all levels, because each individual student athlete has a level that they're comfortable with. Okay, so it's a wide range. I got a guy in engineering at Miami of Ohio, that's taking engineering at Miami of Ohio.
Good.
So that's been a lot of fun.
Good. And Jeff, I think the one thing growing up, to develop as a coach, having worked with Billy Donner from '94 to '96, head coach Anthony Grant, University of Dayton, they always took great pride in developing us as assistants, for bridging that gap. I see so much right now as far as with college athletics. For me, 20-year career is having truly the purpose and the passion, the way it's evolved, really the glory and the greed at the Division I level. Guys getting hired, fired. Mark Price got fired after 2.5 years.
Tubby.
You got Tubby Smith after 2 years at Memphis.
Yeah.
So those things are they are alarming to me. I think the other thing too, as far as we always talk about 5-star camps. So I never physically worked or compete at camp at 5-star, but always went there as an assistant coach, be able to have Station 13. And I really think with all the rules right now, as far as the development right now, a guy like myself, if I came in as 23, 24 years old as a graduate assistant, you would have to have an assistant coach like a Pete Strickland, who went out of his way to help develop me, and Anthony Grant. So just talk about things like that you'd be able to do for your assistant coaches, being able to coach, mentor, and you have a dual role on the men's side, and also being an athletic director. Your thoughts on that situation?
That's interesting that you talk about some of those things leading up to how we come into the industry. Okay, because you didn't play for Krzyzewski. Okay, I didn't play for Krzyzewski.
Right.
So they have a phone call.
Correct.
Okay, they have someone that can make a phone call. Sure. Okay, so we didn't have that, so we had to work our way up. When we first started out, we had to work basketball camps. Okay, so we started working camps. We started developing, networks within the industry. Right. Okay, and I know I worked basketball camp at University of Michigan, and Bill Frieder was great to me. when we come in, and then it was Steve Fisher, okay, and then I got to know Brian Dutcher, and I got to know Mike Boyd, and I got to on and on Jay Smith, and then I started working the Wright State camps and then the Ohio State camps. I got to know Denny Crum when I worked at Louisville camp. I would spend 6 weeks, 7 weeks during the summer working camps.
Right.
So then I got to move up, and then those people got to know me.
Right.
Okay, and then we would sit in the dorms at night. We would work camp all day, do the station work, then go back to the dorms, and that's when the real fun happened, was when we were able to sit back there with a bunch of coaches and just chalk talk.
That's right.
Okay, and I think we miss that now. We don't have that for our young coaches.
No question.
For some reason, someone decided that was not good.
Right.
And I don't know why, because there's a lot of coaches that talk about that.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
The thing that is kind of alarming to me is always comes back to purpose and passion. Something that we're going to do here, grassroots-wise, in Dayton, around different, almost like satellites. So we're going to go to Louisville, Kentucky, the Bardstown area. We're going to go to Bridgewater State College in Massachusetts, come here to Dayton. Kind of those 3 spots right now. Is that to have a very, very interactive coaching clinic.
Yes.
Right. So my sarcasm would say, go to the coaching clinic. You sit around the tables around the court. You listen to unbelievable coaches out there, but you're not be able to apply it. So
Right.
so we'd be able to apply it at
Yes.
a 5-star camp.
Right.
At the camps that we worked, it's not being applied right now. It's very, very disturbing to be able to fail forward. And your thoughts on that type of model, right?
Wow.
With USA Basketball, they're doing a better job. But still, you got to take the coaches out of the stands, away from the tables, and onto the court to do demonstration explanation,
Yeah.
right? To be able to apply their teaching degree, to be able to have short-term, long-term goals, objectives,
Right.
to be able to achieve those goals, et cetera, et cetera. And that really bothers me. Your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. And I'm going to put it back to you a little bit. Why are they afraid of communication and interaction? Why are they afraid of that? Because it seems like they want to shelter us off from our product that we're trying to help.
That's right.
We're trying to be good mentors. We're trying to teach. We've got assistant coaches and we've got young players.
That's right.
Okay? If they can't have one-on-one with us, that scares me. But my assistant coaches, and I learned from a very young age, when I first became a college assistant coach, my first couple of years, I didn't have a lot of responsibilities. I watched the head coach, and I thought at that point, I'm like, well, I'm learning a lot. And, Tom Wilson was a really good coach. He is a really good tactician. He taught me a lot, but I didn't have a chance to get out there and make a mistake. Because when you set up a drill, you think, oh, I can do this drill better. I can do this drill better. You get up there and you're like, nope, that didn't work. But you have to feel that.
That's right.
So
That's right.
my assistants and in my practice structure set up, I want them to have a lot of autonomy.
Right.
Okay, I want them to learn how what works and what doesn't.
Right.
Because one day they will be head coaches,
Right.
and they will be out there. So that's a lot about what we do within our system here. Is I give a lot of accountability and a lot of structure to our guys, but they have to go do it. And that's how I think why we've had like Sean McCullough that's come
Right.
through our program.
Right.
Sean McCullough played at Ohio State, went to San Jose State, played here at Sinclair,
Right.
okay, and was my assistant coach for our first conference championship here. And now he's at Thurgood Marshall.
Right.
I think part of that was, I give him a lot of autonomy and say, hey, go work.
No
Okay, I don't want someone just stand and watch me.
That's right.
Okay, I want them to be active. So, but I feel we're doing that part, but I think we need to do much better across the whole board.
Correct.
But to your point, absolutely. I don't know why we're afraid to communicate and have interaction.
I think the one thing too is we've been able to impact different small college programs and also different consulting, and then also with different high schools, is that bridge the gap. So for a high school athletic director, right, you got to watch the weather.
Yeah.
Right. Throw everything out of loop. You're dealing with a lot of parents.
Yes.
A lot of phone calls.
Correct.
A lot of conversations. So
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, to be able to truly develop. Right, so not going to have a full-time football coach. He's going to be teaching in the school to be able to develop their assistant coaches.
Right.
That's one thing I think we've been able to do exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Right, so communication, vision, a collective action plan, working together, making suggestions, moving forward. And I think that's one thing is, we expect our kids to be coachable, teachable, right? To be willing and to be honest.
Yeah.
But we look at the man in the mirror, right? Are we coachable, teachable? Are we willing?
Yes.
And are we honest?
Absolutely.
That's what I would ask. Moving forward. And I think the thing that I admire with you is, no matter where you are, as far as the impact that you have, is how humble you've remained, right? And how hungry you remain, your longevity, but to sustain it now.
Yeah.
To sustain it. What's been important with you as far as being able to sustain it over so many years?
I work for a great athletic director.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So I found a place that fits me,
That's right.
that fits my desires to help young people. Now, when I first started, I drank the Kool-Aid. It was about winning 20 ball games, because 20 ball games, you had to win 20 ball games, and you kind of lost track of that a little bit. And then a little age sets in. You get a little seasoned. You come in, and then you start figuring out. You start having more interactions with your student athletes, and as they grow and get married and start having kids, and it kicks in. You're like, I really made an impact.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know at a young age. I didn't know I was making an impact, but I really did. And then you start thinking about, I really need to be better.
Right.
I really need to pick up my game.
Right.
And so that's kind of how it's progressed. And working here at Sinclair with the 3 C's, and I have a great provost, Dr. Dave Collins. He really believes in what we're doing, and he believes in, across the board how we position Sinclair athletics. And it's a part of what we do. And
so I think my son is 13, twin girls that are 11. But hearing you speak right now is like really always going to be purposeful and passionate. Right, complacency is not going to set in. Okay, but the thing is, I think you're at peace in your heart of who you are. Right, this job does not define who you are. Right, being a husband, right, being a dad, being a grandfather.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So that there, I really can feel it as far as having peace in your heart where you're at. And can't thank you enough for meeting with us today. And
thank you.
I have great respect for you.
Well, we've been out on the recruiting trail a couple times. Yeah, I don't think I've ever got anyone away from you. So I'm kind of for Wade O'Connor.
That's not true. That's not true. I know one thing. I had a choice to be able to schedule, and I never made a phone call to schedule. That's the truth. Wade O'Connor, MakePlaysToday.com, and also MakePlaysCoaching.com. Here with head coach Jeff Price from Sinclair Community College. We appreciate him being a part today. And any questions, please give us a call, 937-499-4345. Always here to help. God bless.
Thank you.